So hi everyone, this is Alice, currently a fourth year BTech student here at NIT Trichy. Today we have Rudraksh with us. Hi Rudraksh, could you please introduce yourself?
Hello Alish, I'm Rudraksh. So I'm a fourth year EEE student at NIT Trichy. I did my intern at Eton. It is an Ireland based company which excels in intelligent energy management, and currently I'm placed in BPCL. So yeah, thank you.
Okay. So Rudraksh, why did you choose EEE here at NIT Trichy? You must have a lot of options other than EEE, right? So why did you choose specifically here?
Well, to answer that, I could have gotten CSE in VNIT, Nagpur, which is my home state, but I was never interested in something abstract like CSE, which I cannot see the result of. You can see the result of your codings, but still it's not something you can physically work on. So I was always intrigued with cars and all, and I always wanted to get into mechanical, but let's not go into that. I got into EEE, so that's how.
So did you know about EEE before joining the college?
So to answer that, I was aware about EEE, and everyone kept warning me that it will be quite hectic and it will be very difficult to manage everything and all. And I was not good at electrical and the circuit theory and that part during JEE. But yeah, over the time in my college we got really good professors and everything, and as we progressed I came to grow on it, and I liked loving the subject. Special mention to Jay Satwara. He taught me how to do circuit theory basics, because I was very I was struggling at it at the very beginning in the first year, but over time he taught me how to use the calculator and the basics. So yeah, basics is the key. Once you know the basics, EEE will be very easy.
Okay. Could you tell us what exactly EEE is and what you guys study? What are the subjects in brief?
Okay. So if we go for the literal definition, EEE is electrical and electronics engineering, right? So the electrical part of it is dealing with the generation of electricity. Then how do you transfer it from one place to another? Basically the transmission system from point A to point B. After that, how do you deal with the distribution of that energy to domestic households, and that is very primary. And after that there are multiple electromechanical applications also, we have a motor and a generator. So basically that's converting one form of one form of energy into different form. So that is there. So that is what I'll say is electrical part of it. Then when we come to the electronics part, it is like something which is which deals with low voltage circuits. Basically, if you can consider a phone, right? A phone is based on electronic. It's an electronic device, so it deals with multiple transistors and switches and that sort of things. So electronics is more about control, and electrical is more about the generation and production of electricity.
How much maths and physics is involved in EEE? How much do you use? Is it different from JEE or
Okay, so to answer that, I'll say that JEE is the foundation of mathematics and physics that is required for EEE. Not exactly that is all we use. We are going above and beyond that, but that lays down the foundation. If you know it, then only you can proceed. And see, the amount of maths is basically it is similar to other branches, basically the Fourier transform and the Laplace transform are very primary amount of mathematics that you require. Then again you require lots of complex integrations and to solve control system problems and sometimes also electrical problems. So coming on to our power systems, it requires something else from this. There is some methods, numerical calculation methods, which are deviating from general mathematics and going into approximations. So those involve Gauss-Seidel and Newton-Raphson methods and something like that. So yeah, that is apart from the normal mathematics. Coming on to the physics, yeah, there's a lot of heavy physics that is required in EEE. You have to have your basics clear. If you have your basics clear, you can move on from that. It goes deep into material science, which is also applied physics, basically dealing with the magnetic properties of the material. Then how does a circuit reacts whenever some signals are given to it, or yeah, some sort of that. So yeah, there's a lot of maths and physics required.
So can an average student manage it, and what makes it difficult?
See, I think anyone can manage it as long as you have your basics clear. If you know what is the base of a subject, you can build up on that.
So a lot of people, have this confusion, like what exactly ECE is, like what exactly EEE is, and W. Like what's the difference between these branches, ICE as well?
So going on to the name accurate thing, ECE is basically electronics and communication engineering, right? So it deals with the electronics part, which I earlier explained, the low voltage circuits which deal with control and all. The communication is basically dealing with you can see the communication towers and your SIM card. So how it works, what are the carrier frequencies, and what are the signal frequencies and all that. Based on that, also it works on the amplification and attenuation of signals. Then again, we're coming on to EEE. I already explained that it's about your electricals, which is generation, storage or transmission of electricity, and the use as well. And electronics is just control. Then coming on to the ICE, the instrumentation and control engineering, it's more on the control side, and the instrumentation, that is how do you measure something, and based on that how do you control something. So that is the difference. If you consider the placement scenario in all these three departments, ECE will have the maximum opportunities open to them because of hierarchy, not because of it being easy or something like that. So they will have maximum companies coming in for electronics. So most number of companies will pick up students from in electronics, but then also other companies like software opens for them, software, but only excluding the electricals. Then for electrical and electronics, like basically EEE, all sorts of companies will open. Electronics, electrical, some of the instrumentation companies will also open. Then analytics, management, consultancy, software. So all these companies will open. For instrumentation, only electronics and instrumentation companies will open, along with software and management and analytics. That is common for all. So
Okay, so do companies treat all these branches equally, or everyone get the same opportunities?
see, it depends on the role, because if the role is electronics, there are two types of role in electronics as well, digital and analog. Obviously ECE people will have stronger electronics background, because EEE is a joint degree which is dealing with electrical and electronics, and it cannot cover a lot of curriculum in electronics. Basically our college EEE department focuses more towards electrical side. But if a person by himself goes on to study electronics properly and he proves himself in an interview, then people the interviewer will definitely choose that person over an ECE person based on the knowledge. But in case an average student, both the students are average from ECE and EEE, ECE student will be preferred because their core idea is electronics.
So what's the placement scenario here in EEE?
Like I told, I think the maximum number of domains open up for EEE. So there are lots of opportunities. You just have to have a strong profile, as in like a good resume with a lot of work experience in whatever domain that you are targeting. Like EEE, one advantage EEE student will have is almost every subject will professor will make them create a project for that particular subject. So you'll have a lot of content to put into your resume, and you'll know a lot because you worked on the project. So if you're planning for core domains in EEE, it will you'll have definitely have an edge. But if you're doing software, or let us say analytics or some management thing, then you'll have to do some extracurricular work to extracurricular. Basically you'll have to do some projects, freelance on some projects to get hands-on experience and put them into your resume. So yeah, but the placement stat overall for EEE is very good. Like people get placed easily, but internships might be a little bit laggy because those are more on the luck side. So yeah, that's all I will say.
Roughly what person go into core, software, analytics and consulting?
So I don't have an exact number, but I'll say this. most of the companies that come for placement are software. So like maximum majority of the batch will go into software because everyone is aiming for software. They pay higher and their work culture is also better. Then the second maximum number of companies that will come are the core companies, basically electrical, not electronics. Electronics will focus more towards ECE, but yeah, electrical, maximum number of companies will come for electrical. And the second highest majority of the class will go into electrical core. Many people try for electronics because electronics companies will pay significantly higher than electrical, but getting into an electronics company is very difficult. You have to have the talent, you have to have the skills. Also you need to be very hardworking to get into it, because you'll have to cover a lot of syllabus not in the class or what is taught, and you'll have to study solo. So that is it. Other than that, analytics and management, there will be fewer companies, but the later coming portion of the batch will go into those companies.
Okay, since EEE is considered as tough branch, so is it manageable, like if you are doing software along with this?
It's definitely manageable because the majority of class, if it's proven by historical data that majority of class will go into software. So see, it will reflect on your CGPA. CGPA will drop eventually, but CGPA is just a number that is like it's required to get into the placement process of a company. Okay, if you are managing a CGPA above that, it's completely fine. You can focus on your software skills and all. But if you're intending for a core thing, then your CGPA should be high because it matters then.
Okay. So do students go for higher studies as well? Do you have any idea?
Yeah, many of my friends and seniors, many of my seniors are studying right now, like they're doing highers. But the trend is people, if they want to go in core, they really don't do gate and all. They'll plan for highers outside, like abroad. Multiple of my seniors are placed in Germany. One of my not placed, they have got into some university in Germany, and one of my senior got in UCSD. So basically it's very easy because you'll have a good ranking. Like this, our college is considered very good college in abroad universities, and if you get a LOR from professor, that also helps.
So how to maintain a good CGPA in EEE?
See, EEE is all about perseverance. Like only skills cannot do it, only hard work cannot do it. You need to have a little bit of both. But at the most, it will see. It's tough because it's hectic. So if you can last long in that race, then you'll have a good CGPA. My personal suggestion is try to focus more in class. Have all the fun you can, but if you can focus more in class, you don't need to do a lot of studies, because 90% of professors in EEE are very good. They know what they're doing, they know what they're teaching. If you just listen to them and focus on what they have to say, it'll be very good.
Okay. So if a student is confused right now, who should choose EEE and who should avoid it?
See, first and foremost is, if a particular person has interest in electricity, currents, and how the generation systems work and the machines work, then they should definitely get into EEE, because that is the first, like if you love someone, you'll definitely excel at it. But other than that, if you don't have interest, like earlier I didn't have interest, but over the time I grew on it. So it's rare that you would end up liking it. So maybe you can avoid it. But if someone is just coming here for placements, then they should have that mentally prepared that it's gonna be tough, it's gonna be hectic, and you have to fight for it. So that's all I'd say.
Okay, so final advice, any advice you want to give at last?
There's no advice. I'll just say, just last long, and don't miss out on the fun because of academic things that happens. You should always try to keep that work-life balance and everything hand in hand, and definitely try to join a club or something that will help.
Okay, thank you, Rudraksh.